Welcome to the Highlights from Ukraine podcast, your daily audio summary of the latest news reported in the Ukrainian media. We would really appreciate if you could recommend us to your friends and family, as well as share information on social media. This way, more people will learn about our podcast and know the truth about the war in Ukraine. My name is Artem, and here is the news. For 216 days, Ukraine defended itself against the forces of the Russian invasion. Russian administrations of the occupied parts of Zaporizhia, Kherson, Donetsk and Lugansk regions have already announced the results of their fake referendums, reports Ukrainska Pravda. According to the Russian state media, as expected, they all were in favor of joining Russia. In the Zaporizhia region, 93% supported the idea of joining Russia, in the Kherson region 87%, in Lugansk 98.5%, and in the Donetsk region 99.23%. No country in the world has yet declared that it recognizes their results apart from Russia. The European Union plans to introduce sanctions against the organizers of the so-called referendums in the parts of the four occupied regions of Ukraine, which Russia is carrying out with the aim of annexation, reports European Pravda. At the moment, the EU is discussing the eighth sanctions package against Russia. According to the European Commission spokesman Peter Stano, sanctions will be imposed against those who are connected to these fake referendums and maybe even citizens of the European Union states who acted as fake international observers at the illegal voting. President of Ukraine Volodymyr Zelensky took part in a meeting of the UN Security Council. In his evening video address, the president informed that the crime of aggression against Ukraine, the fake referendums, the preparation of another attempt to annex Ukrainian territory, all these are steps Russia is taking to finish off the UN Charter. Zelensky called on the members of the Security Council to stop Russia when it is still possible. He stressed that the results of this so-called voting were known from the beginning. The only rational response to such audacity of the occupier is even more support for Ukraine, believes Zelensky. Earlier at the meeting with the French Foreign Minister, Volodymyr Zelensky said he expects that the EU eighth package of sanctions against Russia's aggression will include clear reaction to the fake referendums. Volodymyr Zelensky informed that more than 5 million tons of agricultural products have been exported from Ukrainian ports since the launch of the grain initiative back in July. 232 vessels departed. Only in Africa, Ukrainian agricultural products have already been exported to Algeria, Ethiopia, Egypt, Libya, Kenya, Somalia, Sudan, and Tunisia. The president didn't exclude that Russia may try to sabotage the initiative. French Foreign Minister Catherine Colonna visited Ukraine yesterday, reports Interfax Ukraine. She announced that a group of investigators of the French National Police has already arrived in Ukraine to help local law enforcers to document crimes and identify victims in the Kharkiv region. The French experts will be working in Izium already on September 28th. At first, their mission will last for 15 days, but it can be extended further. Ukrainian Foreign Minister Dmytro Kuleba, after meeting with his French colleague, said that France and Ukraine took another step forward in addressing the issue of sending new Caesar artillery systems which have shown high effectiveness on the battlefield, reports Ukrinform. He expressed confidence that together countries will agree on a contract that will additionally reinforce Ukraine's defense capacity. Colonna reaffirmed that France will continue to provide Ukraine with defense assistance. Foreign Minister of Ukraine Dmytro Kuleba addressed all countries which have proposed their mediation in talks with Russia recently and called on them to stop this game and support Ukraine in its fight instead of hiding behind the mask of a negotiator, reports Liga. He stressed that Russia does not want any negotiations and demonstrates with its actions that it does not aspire for peace and a diplomatic solution for the war. A leak occurred on one of the lines of the Nord Stream 2 gas pipeline, reports Interfax Ukraine. This happened in the Danish exclusive economic zone northeast of the island of Bornholm. Also, gas leaks were recorded from both lines of the first Nord Stream 1 in the same area. Nord Stream 1, with a capacity of 55 billion cubic meters of gas per year, is currently stopped. Nord Stream 2 pipeline has not been operational due to sanctions restrictions. Danish Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen does not exclude that the damage to the Nord Stream could be the result of sabotage. Advisor to the head of the President's Office of Ukraine, Mikhailo Podolyak, is convinced that an accident at the Nord Stream 1 pipeline was man-made and that Russia intends to cause panic in the EU in anticipation of winter. Head of the Kharkiv Regional Military Administration Oleg Sinyagubov informed that the armed forces of Ukraine have liberated the town of Kupiansk-Vuzlovy in the Kharkiv region, reports Slovo y Dilo. The town is a large railway hub strategically important for the Russian occupation forces. Earlier in his video address, Volodymyr Zelensky said that Ukrainian forces are moving forward and liberating its land. He refused to give more details. If you like what we do and would like to tip us, you can now do so directly to our PayPal. Check out the link in the description to this episode for more details. And as usual, you can subscribe to our Patreon. In gratitude for your help, we will give you access to a series of exclusive episodes on wartime life in Ukraine. We call on you to demand from governments of your countries to impose the toughest sanctions possible on Russia and its citizens to stop their invasion of Ukraine.